Number 11, second baseman, Graham Henry. Number 9, the catcher, Drayton Henry. Wearing number 2, playing shortstop, Jackson Temple. The DH tonight, number 21, Aiden Burke. 15, Hank Wilson, left fielder. Number 5, Nemo Caldwell, playing first base. The pitcher, 13, Caden Sims. And number 4, right fielder, Adrian Perry. And now the starting lineup for the Camden Fairview Cardinal. Playing right field, wearing number 2, Maury Hudson. Playing center field, number 10, Brody Dow. The left fielder, number 5, Aiden Zimmerman. Playing third base, number 9, Michael Betts. Shortstop, number 4, Jack Jeffers.
I think I am too.
Playing second base, wearing number 7, Elijah Scatley. The first baseman, number 19, Pete Schroeder. The catcher, number 8, Drew Foste. On the mound for Cardinal, number 21, Jackson Wilson. The Cardinals are coached by Austin May, Jeffrey Neal, and Todd Schroeder. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join us as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rising, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star
All right, Camden Fairview Cardinal baseball. All right, we'll try that again. Camden Fairview Cardinal baseball. Camden Fairview versus the Junction City Dragons. Joe Thompson leads it off for Junction City. And a 1-1 count now to the leadoff man for Junction City. And that pitch fouled off on the first base side, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Wilson on the mound for the Cardinals. Drew Bostic behind the plate today. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count to Joe Thompson. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and just off the outside edge of the plate. Full count. And that one misses low, and the leadoff man for Junction City aboard on a walk. That's going to bring the center fielder, Reed Cates, to the plate. Peyton Schroeder at first, Elijah Scantling second base, Michael Betts third, Jack Jeffers shortstop. Left field, Aiden Zimmerman. Center field's got Brody Dow and Marietzi in right field. That throw goes over to first. And Thompson back in time. All right, Jackson Wilson looks over. He is set and going to throw back over to first base, just in ahead of the tag. And that one's hit off the handle, and runner was going. And it's no balls and a strike to Reed Cates. Thompson with the lead over on first base. Wilson going to turn and throw, and that throw a little high. Snagged out of there by Schroeder. No balls and a strike is the count to Reed Cates. And that's going to be high and tight, and evens it up. 1 ball and a strike. Jackson Wilson comes to the plate with that one in for a strike. On the inside corner at the knees, and that's and that ball fouled off over onto the third base side to the dugout, and it's a 2-2 count now. No outs. We're in the top of the first inning. Junction City with their leadoff runner aboard. No score. Jackson Wilson delivers, and that's up and in, and it's a 3-2 count again. And umpire showing a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And runner goes, throw not in time. 3-2 count now. Quite a bit of change today from Monday and Tuesday in the weather. A little bit of wind blowing in, not enough to even move the flag. And big swing on that one, and Cates goes down on strikes for out number 1 of the inning. Gonna bring Graham Henry.
Number 11, second baseman, Graham Henry.
One away here, top of the first inning. Runner at second base for Junction City. Graham Henry, the second baseman, wearing number 11 at the plate for Junction City. And he's going to hit that one over to second, fielded by Scantling, and over to first for out number 2. And throw over to third base gets by Michael Betts, and that's going to score a run there for Junction City. And that's going to be a base hit.
The batter was Graham Henry. Now batting number 2, Jackson Temple, the shortstop. Got a courtesy runner for the catcher. Number 13, A.J. Caldwell.
All right, 2 away, and a runner across for Junction City. And this is number 2, Jackson Temple. And that one's hit up the middle. Scooped up by Elijah Scantlin over to second. Jack Jeffers covering, and that is it. The Cardinals, or I'm sorry, the Dragons get a run on an error. 1 hit, and it's 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. All right, bottom of the first inning, Jack Jeffers is going to lead it off for the Cardinals.
On the mound for
Caden Sims on the mound for Junction City.
the batter, Camden Fairview, the shortstop, number 4, Jack Gibbons.
Nemo Caldwell. I'm sorry. Let's see. That is. I don't know who the catcher is. They don't have him written down. So, mystery man behind the plate. Jack Jeffers leading it off. First pitch to Jefferson for a strike. Jack Jeffers hits that one into left field. And Jeff's going to make the turn at first. He's going to hold up there. So, leadoff man on for the Cardinals. Single down the left field line puts Jeffers at first base. And that brings Elijah Scantling to the plate for Camden Fairview.
Second baseman, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Jack Jeffers, Elijah Scantling, Mariuzzi due up, Peyton Schroeder in the 4 hole. And throw's going to be over to first base. Jeffers back in time. And Jeffers running and hit and run on, fouled back into the catcher and the umpire, I think, there. No balls and a strike. Jack Jeffers makes his way back down to first base. And throw back over to first. Jack back ahead of the tag. Runner goes and throw down is not in time. And Jack Jeffers safe at second base. One ball and a strike, the count to Elijah Scantling. Jack Jeffers on second. Here comes the pitch outside, and they checked down the line, and there's no umpire down there. I don't know who called the strike, but he checked his swing, I guess, not in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that one outside. Jack Jeffers gonna scamper down to third base on a pitch that got away from the catcher there. I believe that is Nemo Caldwell behind the plate. And that pitch again outside. One to nothing, Junction City, bottom of the first inning, no outs. Cardinals with a runner at third base. And Elijah taps that one back to the pitcher. He can't handle it, and Scantling going to be safe at first. Jack Jeffers comes across to score, and the game is tied at 1. Batter now is Mariuzzi.
Batter number 2, right fielder, Mariuzzi.
Infield hit there, scored for Elijah Scantling. And Maury swings at the first one, hits it back to the pitcher. Again, he can't handle it, and the first baseman misses it there. And Elijah's going to go into third safe. So Mariuzzi safe at first. Elijah Scantling over to second base, or I'm sorry, third base. Peyton Schroeder now to the plate for the Cardinals.
First baseman, Peyton Schroeder.
Runners at the corners for the Cardinals. And runner goes and throw is back to the pitcher. Mariuzzi safe at second. Cardinals now runners at second and third base. No outs. A ball or no balls and a strike to count on Schroeder. And that pitch going to be inside. Caden Sims with the unorthodox delivery there, and this one hit over his head, fielded by the second baseman. It gets Schroeder at first, but Jack Jeffers comes across to score. Mariuzzi moves over to third base. And an RBI for Peyton Schroeder. And Brody Dow up now for the Cardinals. Drew Bostic in the on-deck circle. And that one's going to be outside. A ball, no strikes to the Cardinal center fielder, Brody Dow. Here comes the pitch. Brody swings at that one, taps it over shortstop, and in time, but Mariuzzi comes across to score on that ball by Brody Dow. Drew Bostic, the batter now for the Cardinals.
Pitcher, Drew Bostic.
3-1 Cardinal lead, and that pitch outside and a little high. A ball and no strikes to the Cardinal catcher, Drew Bostic. And Drew hits that one in the air, center field, and he dove and caught it. It was short center field. He had to catch up to it. So Drew Bostic flies out to center. But the Cardinals with 3 runs on 2 hits. They lead it now 3-1. All right, 3-1 Cardinal lead here. We're headed to the top of the second inning. Aiden Verding going to lead it off for Junction City. Hank Wilson and Nemo Caldwell to follow.
Now batting the DH, number 21, Aiden Burton.
Jackson Wilson looks in, gets his sign. He kicks and delivers. That ball is going to be in the dirt past the catcher. And ball one now to the DH for Junction City, Aiden Verdin. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. That one's going to be in for a strike. Count even, 1 ball and a strike. Top of the second inning. Cardinals with a 3-1 lead here. And that one just missed inside. Vernon wanted to bail out on that pitch, and it just hung in there, just didn't quite get the inside edge of the plate. It was close. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be popped up over on the first base side. Schroeder giving chase, but it is going to be out of play. Two balls and two strikes is the count now. And strike three, got him. Nice inside pitch. Same pitch he threw before that just missed on the inside, and this time it gets it in on that inside corner. Hank Wilson now going to be the batter for the Junction City Dragons. 1 away. 3-1 Cardinal lead, top of the second inning. And that pitch just missed low. And that one in the dirt. Blocked there by the catcher. Deflects off over towards the dugout. 2 balls and no strikes is the count. Cardinals dropped a heartbreaker Tuesday night to Nashville, 3-2 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Tried to get back in the win column here this afternoon. That pitch misses high, and it is a 3-ball, no strike count. That one in there for a strike. Three-one pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Inside corner, and it's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Hank Wilson. 1 out in the inning. Jackson Wilson's got the sign he wants, and that one's going to be just inside. Nice. And he's just missing. Battled back from a 3-0 count, and not a bad job there. Nemo Caldwell. Let's see this. So that is not Nemo Caldwell behind the plate. Still a mystery man, number 3. Hank Wilson at first base. And little stutter step over there, not going first pitch to Nemo Caldwell. Misses outside a ball, no strikes. The count 1 away. Jackson Wilson looks over, going to throw over to first. Tag applied, but Wilson back ahead of the tag. And another throw over to first base. Wilson back ahead of the throw. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be inside edge. Good looking pitch. There it is. 1-1 is the count. And swings through that one for strike two. A ball, 2 strikes, the count to Nemo Caldwell. He is the first baseman here for Junction City. Big, athletic looking young man there. And throw over again. Ball gets past Schroeder to the fence, and Hank Wilson going to round second base and throw over to Michael Betts. Not in time. Hank Wilson going to move around. All right, Wilson in scoring position there on the throwing error. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to hit Caldwell.
Batting for the Dragons, number 18, the pitcher, Caden Sims.
All right, Caden Sims, the batter. Cardinals getting out early there with the first batter and giving up 2 bases here on a hit by pitch and a walk. And runner goes and going to be back to Jackson Wilson. Nobody fooled on that one, and runners now at second and third with 1 out. 3-1 Cardinal lead here, 1 away, top of the second inning. No balls and 1 strike. The count to Caden Sims, the Junction City pitcher. And that one just a little low, 2 balls, or 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the count. All right, Jackson's got his sign. He is going to come set. Here's the kick and the pitch. That's going to be high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count. And Drew. Wow. Nice job there by Drew Bostic. Blocked the pitch, threw down to third base. Get it right in a minute. And umpire said he was back before the tag. It was close. 3 balls and a strike. The count. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be up, and that's going to load the bases.
Leadoff hitter, number 1, Joe Thompson. Number 3, Kenny Hightower, is courtesy running for the pitcher.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Dragons, Joe Thompson. Todd Schroeder going out to the mound, brings the infield in, has talk here. Bases are loaded. Not always a bad thing. You got to force anywhere. Get these outs and go to the plate. All right, Joe Thompson back up to the plate. Bases loaded, one out. Cardinals holding on to a 3-1 lead here. And that pitch blocked there by the catcher, Drew Bostic. And I think that one hit just where the padding is not, right on that collarbone. A ball, no strikes. The count one away. Junction City with the bases loaded here. We're in the top of the second inning. 3-1 Cardinal lead. Jackson Wilson comes to the plate. That one's going to be up in the zone. And Wilson with a little trouble now finding the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. The count one away. Throw strikes. Let your defense work for you here. There we go. That one's in there. 2-1 count. And that one's going to be hit. Going to be in short right field. It bounces. Mariuzzi having trouble with it. That's going to score 2 Junction City runs. Reed Cates, the batter now for Junction City. Score tied at 3. That pitch up in the zone. A ball, no strikes, one away. Tie score. Braxton Wilson to the plate. That pitch is going to be in for a strike. A ball and a strike, the count to Reed Cates. And that was going to be hit in the air. Shallow center field. Jack Jeffus goes out, makes the catch.
One more, guys.
2 away now, and the batter is Graham Henry. And Wilson going to spin to throw back to second. No throw. Runners at first and second. 2 away and a 3-3 score. That pitch going to stay up in the zone. And that one hit up in the air. And Elijah Scantlin under it and makes the catch. Cardinals, or I'm sorry, the Dragons score 2 runs on 1 hit and an error. They leave 2 on base. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning, tied at 3. All right, number 9, Michael Betts, the Cardinal third baseman, leading it off here. Bottom of the second inning, first pitch outside, and it is a ball and no strikes. 3-3 the score. And again, that one misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And that one misses as well, and it's a 3-0 count. All right, 3-0 count. And that one's going to be in for a strike. Michael Betts taking all the way on that 3-0 pitch, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. Bottom of the second inning, 3-3 tie score. That one in the dirt, and Betts going to go to first on a leadoff walk. Jackson Wilson, the batter. And that one's going to be in the dirt outside. And it is a ball and no strikes. Aiden Zimmerman to follow, and then back to the top of the order with Jack Jeffus. And that one's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one finds the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count, no outs. 3-3 tie. Michael Betts at first base for the Cardinals. And Jackson Wilson hits that one in the air between, well, it's in left center, and the center fielder comes on, makes the catch for out number 1. Aiden Zimmerman now to the plate.
Left fielder, Aiden Zimmerman.
And throw is going to be back to first base. Michael Betts in ahead of the tag. Jack Jeffers on deck for the Cardinals. And that ball tapped over to third base, fielded by the third baseman. He checks second, throws to first, and gets Zimmerman. Michael Betts moves down to second.
Batter number 4, Jack Jeffers.
All right, Jack Jeffers up for the Cardinals. 2 away now, bottom of the second inning. That pitch up in the zone. Elijah Scantling on deck for the Cardinals. And that pitch hit in the air right field. That looks like it's going to be down. And around to score, Michael Betts. Jack Jeffers cruises into second base with an RBI double. So RBI double scores Michael Betts. And that brings Elijah Scantling to the plate.
The hitter, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Puts Mariuzzi in the on-deck circle. Scantling with a hit last inning and came around to score. First pitch to Elijah in for strike number 1. And going to turn and throw back to second. Jack Jefferson ahead of the throw. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be outside. That unorthodox kind of halfway between a sidearm submarine type motion there from the Junction City Dragon pitcher. Evens the count up, a ball and a strike to Elijah Scantling. And that one's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing in just a little now, and Elijah's going to hit that one hard over to shortstop, and the throw over in time. Cardinals score a run on a hit by Jack Jeffers. They leave 1 on base, and it is 4-3. All right, we're at the top of the third inning here from George Branch Field, Camden, Arkansas. Graydon Henry, number 9, is going to lead it off for
The catcher, Braden Henry.
and first pitch outside. Skip picked there by the catcher, bounced in the dirt. He snagged it. A ball, no strikes to Graydon Henry. And that pitch just a little low. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, that one a little low, and it's a 3-0 count to Graydon Henry. That one outside edge, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. And that one's going to be hit into left field. Aiden Zimmerman over and under it for out number 1. 1 away now. And the batter is going to be A.J. Caldwell.
Shortstop, Jackson Temple.
Or Jackson Temple. I've got 2 names for the same number. We'll go with Jackson Temple. 1 away, 4-3 Cardinal lead. That first pitch going to be in the dirt. And it's a ball, no strikes. And that one just missed inside. And that pitch hit over third base. Michael Betts has got it across the diamond. Peyton Schroeder, and out number 2. Hayden Burdine, now the DH for Junction City. 2 away, 4-3 Cardinal lead here, top of the third inning. And that pitch curves outside and misses the edge of the plate, and it's a ball and no strikes. Two away, nobody on base. Here comes the pitch, and right down the middle, fouled back, and evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Jackson looks in, he kicks and delivers, and that's going to be a strike. Nice pitch there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that was low. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And swings through that one for strike number 3 and out number 3. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. 1 strikeout there for Jackson Wilson. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Cardinals lead it 4 All right, Mariuzzi going to lead it off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the third inning. Camden Fairview with a 4-3 lead. First pitch to Utzi misses inside. And Utzi swings at that one, hits it through the infield out into right field. And Utzi going to be on with a leadoff single. Peyton Schroeder, the batter now for the Cardinals. Brody Dow would be next. Drew Bostic would follow Brody Dow. Cardinals with a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. George Branch Field, Camden, Arkansas. Beautiful day for baseball. A little bit different than Monday and Tuesday. Schroeder squares to bunt, and Utzi going to be into second, and the ball into the outfield, and Utzi going to go over to third, past the third baseman. Utzi coming around, and he comes around to score. On some throwing errors there by all right, 5-3 now, the score. Sometimes when you have an overthrow, the best thing to do is just eat it and reset. But worked out for the Cardinals. 1 ball and a strike to Peyton Schroeder. And that one inside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Schroeder grounded out to the second baseman, but drove a run in on his first at bat. Swings through that one, 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. And that one's outside, and the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Peyton Schroeder at the plate, 5-3. Cardinal lead here in the bottom of the third inning. And that one's going to stay high. Schroeder to first base on the walk, and Brody Dow, the batter now for the Cardinals. And pitcher going to step off, and Schroeder back to first base. No throw over. No outs. Cardinals with a run across already, and that one tapped there by Dow over to the Cardinal dugout. No balls and a strike to the Cardinal center fielder, Brody Dow. And that one's going to be outside. One count to Dow. Caden Sims comes set. The nod, and Dow hits that one in the air, center field, and going to be caught there by the center fielder. Peyton Schroeder retreats back to first base, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third. Brings Drew Bostic to the plate. Drew flew out to center field his first at bat.
Number 8, Drew Bostic.
5-3 Cardinal lead, 1 away. Peyton Schroeder at first, Drew Bostic at the plate, and that pitch in for a strike. Bostic going to square the bunt, pulls it back, and hits that one hard down the line, third base. That one's going to roll almost to the fence. Schroeder going to come in to third. Drew Bostic cruises in to second base with a double. Move Schroeder over to third base, and the Cardinals with runners at second and third base.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 15, Aiden Evans.
Aiden Evans going to come in and run for Drew Bostic. Courtesy runner for catchers and pitchers allowed here in high school baseball. Michael Betts drew a walk his first at bat.
Michael Betts.
Came around to score. Michael Betts going to try to drive in now a couple of runs for the Cardinals. One away, 5-3 Cardinal lead. Bottom of the third inning. Betts swings at the first pitch, hits it over to the shortstop. He's going to throw over to first, gets the out, and Aiden Evans into third, and the ball past the third baseman, and Aiden Evans going to come in to score as well. Michael Betts does the job by putting the ball in play. Jackson Wilson, the batter now. First pitch to Wilson in for a strike. Cardinals now with a 7-3 advantage here, bottom of the third inning. And Wilson hits that one in the air, center field. He's coming on under it, and the catch for out number 3. But the Cardinals are going to score 3 runs on 1 hit, and they're up now 7-3. All right, top of the fourth inning here from George Branch Field. Hank Wilson going to lead it all for Junction City.
Batter, number 15, Hank Wilson.
Cardinals with a 7-3 lead. And first pitch to Hank Wilson in for a strike. Guys, there's about 11 of y'all watching. My suggestion is get in the car, drive from wherever you're at, come to the ball game, and if you don't watch baseball, at least get some of the barbecue quesadillas out of the concession stand. That ball hit Jack Jeffers and a little trouble with it out there, and Hank Wilson's going to be safe at first to lead it off for Junction City. Nemo Caldwell, the batter, he was hit by a pitch back in the second inning and came around to score for a throw back over to first base. Come on out to the ballpark, watch the Cardinals, and get some of these barbecue quesadillas. They are amazing. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled up and into the net, I believe. And the count is no balls and a strike. A runner at first base for Junction City, Hank Wilson. He's got a little bit of a lead over there at first. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to hit Caldwell. That's 2 times. Caldwell down to first base, and runners at first and second now, no outs. And the batter is the pitcher, Caden Sims.
The pitcher, Caden Sims.
No outs, 2 aboard for the Dragons. Here comes the pitch, and in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Wilson on the outside edge of the plate. Hey, all we need is a triple play to get out of the inning. Let's do it. 7-3 Cardinal lead, and that pitch in for a strike. And Jackson Wilson ahead in the count 0-2 now. 2 good-looking pitches there on the outside edge of the plate. Just above belt high, good-looking shots there by Wilson. Shakes off the first sign. He likes what he's got now. And here comes the pitch, and that is hit. Peyton Schroeder catches it, doubles it up, and that's the triple play. That is the triple play, guys. They hit into a triple play. Peyton Schroeder caught the ball at first base. Schroeder stepped on first, got the runner, and threw it to second and tripped them up. Triple play. I'm going to call that more often. I don't even know how to score that on the sheet. Cardinals get a triple play. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals lead at 7-3. Hayden Zimmerman leading it off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the fourth inning and swings through that pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike to Zimmerman. And hits that one. Going to be fielded there by the shortstop over to Nemo Caldwell in time and one away. Jack Jeffers now the batter for the Cardinals. And Jack fouls that one off over to the fence on the left side of the diamond. No balls and a strike. One away. 7-3 Cardinal lead. That pitch falls in for a strike. Big looping curveball there from Caden Sims. And again, but Jack Jeffers hits this one over the head of the third baseman. And he's going to be aboard with a base hit. Same pitch. Jack Jeffers had his number that time. Put it out in left field. And the Cardinals aboard with a runner.
Number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Elijah Scantling now the batter for the Cardinals. Jack Jeffers slides head first back into first base. Ball is past first base. It's going to roll over to the fence. Jack making the turn around second, and he's going to cruise in to third base on the throwing error there by the Junction City Dragons. All right, one away. Cardinals now with a runner at third base. Elijah Scantling waiting the first pitch, and that one's going to be out. Caught the outside edge of the plate. No balls and one strike to Elijah Scantling. And that one over the head of Elijah. And it's a 1-1. That seems to happen to Elijah quite a bit. That curveballs, and they never curve. Elijah's been hit in the head a couple of times and had to duck down out of the way of them a couple of times. And Elijah hits that curveball into right field, and he's under it, makes the catch. Jack Jeffers tags up, and the throw not in time. RBI sac fly there for Elijah Scantling. Mariuzzi, the batter now for the Cardinals. Two away.
Number 2, Mariuzzi.
And that pitch high and away. 4-1. Peyton Schroeder on deck for the Cardinals. And that one outside bounces off the mitt of the catcher to the wall. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 away, 8-3 Cardinal lead now in the bottom of the fourth inning. And curveball catches the outside corner of the plate by the seam of the baseball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. I'd pay $10,000 to see that triple play again. That was a big. What a play. I can't get over it. 8-3 Cardinal lead. And Nutsy swings at that one, fouls it back, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away. And Nutsy hits that one in the air, and the left fielder tracks it. He's under it for out number 3. Cardinals get a run on one hit. And the score now 8-3. Headed to the top of the. All right, Joe Thompson, top of the order for the Dragons. And that pitch in to Thompson for a strike. 8-3 is the Cardinal lead here in the top of the fifth inning. And that pitch just off the edge of the plate and evens the count up 1-1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 and that hits Thompson. All right, that's going to bring Reed Cates to the plate. That's a $5 surcharge anywhere. All right, here we go. Reed Cates, the batter. And throw back over. Peyton Schroeder applies the tag. Thompson back ahead of the tag. And no outs, 8-3 Cardinal lead. We're in the top of the fifth inning here. Camden, Arkansas, George Branch Field. Jackson Wilson on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That one missed. I guess it was a little inside, maybe a little high. 2 balls, no strikes, or 1 ball, no strikes. And that ball is going to be hit. Michael Betts. Right, Michael took a bad hop on him over his glove and into left field. The runner's now at first and second. All right, Graham Henry, the batter now. He flew out, popped up over to second base his last at bat. Wilson going to check his runners, throw that one. That ball is going to be in the dirt past the catcher, and runners are going to advance there. All right, no outs. Cardinals need to get out here. And that's on the outside corner. Strike one. Graham Henry, the batter here for the Dragons. A 1-1 count. No outs. Runners at second and third for the Dragons. Cardinals lead 8-3. Here comes the pitch. Popped up out of play on the right side of the field. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and that one stays high and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch going to be hit. Elijah Scantlin fills it over to first. 1 run's going to come across, but the Cardinals get the out there.
Batter number 9, Grayton Henry.
Grayton Henry, the batter now. Flew out to left field the last time up. And that pitch in for a strike. Eight to 4 now, the lead for the Cardinals. And that pitch just missed. Just missed low, right below the kneecap. Count even, a ball and a strike. 1 out, runner at third base for the Dragons. And just off the edge of the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
Round of 2-1, keep working.
And that one's going to be hit third base. And it's a fair ball. Bounced off the glove of Betts. And
Hey, keep working, boys.
brings in another run for
Number 2, Jackson Temple. Courtesy runner is number 13, A.J. Caldwell.
and throw's going to be over to first base. And that pitch is going to be hit into left field. Under it is Aiden Zimmerman. The throw is back to the infield.
DH, Aiden Verdon.
Aiden Verdon now the batter for Junction City. 2 outs. And that pitch just inside. Good looking pitch there, just missed. And the count, a ball and no strikes. And timeout called. Peyton Schroeder, Drew Bostic going to go to the mound. Have a talk with Jackson Wilson. Cardinals with an 8-5 lead here. Junction City scored 2 in the frame. There is 2 outs. And Cardinals just need to settle in here, throw strikes, let them hit it. Let your defense work for you if you have to. And get the out. A 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Aiden Birding, the batter for the Dragons. Runner at first base. And that's going to be hit right back to Wilson for the 1-3 play and out number 3. Junction City scores 2 runs on a hit. 1 left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is an 8-5 Cardinal. Schroeder, Dow, Bostic due up here, bottom of the 5th inning. Schroeder at the plate. First pitch is outside for ball number 1. 8-5 Cardinal lead. The bottom of the 5th inning here, George Branch Field, Camden, Arkansas. And that one's going to drop in there for a strike. There's only 9 of you watching now, so I'm expecting 3 of you to walk through the gate any minute. Go get you some quesadillas. Schroeder swings at that one, fouls it back out of play, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Go to work here. 1-9.
A $5 fee plus $1 will get you the quesadillas.
Brody.
One ball, 2 strikes to Peyton Schroeder, leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that one's going to stay up and out. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Cardinal first baseman, Peyton Schroeder. And Schroeder hits that one hard down the line, but just foul. Foul ball on the first base line, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to stay outside. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Eight to 5, Cardinal lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Schroeder trying to start it off for the Cardinals here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to stay up. Schroeder's going to go to first on a leadoff walk.
Batting for the Cardinals, number 10, Brody Dow.
Brody Dow, the batter for the Cardinals now. That one in the dirt on the outside edge of the plate, blocked there by the catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. Peyton Schroeder at first base, no outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-5, Cardinal lead. And that one's going to be tapped foul there over to the third base dugout. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike to Brody Dow. And Brody swings through that curveball. Slow rolling curve came in. Brody couldn't lay off of it. I don't blame him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, hit it hard somewhere right here, 10. Only takes one, babe.
And Dow hits that one third base, has it over to second base is out, and the ball is past the first baseman. Brody Dow moves down to second. Trades places with Schroeder, not the way you want to do it, but Cardinals with a runner at second base.
And batting the catcher, Drew Bostic.
All right, Drew Bostic, the batter now for the Cardinals. And time called by the home plate umpire. Brody Dow down at second base. There is 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning, 8-5, the score. Here's the pitch, and it's low. Nice block by the catcher. Drew with a base hit down the third base line last time up. He's trying to do it again here. Score Dow. That throw's going to go back to second. Dow slides in ahead of the tag. Michael Betts waits in the on-deck circle. And Bostic's going to hit that one right field. That's going to be down for a base hit. And that's going to be past the right fielder. Drew Bostic makes the turn, and that's Drew's second double of the night.
Way to go, Devo!
Going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher.
15, Aiden Evans, the courtesy runner.
Aiden Evans going to come in for Drew. Michael Betts, the batter, now 1 away. And a 9-5 Cardinal lead. First pitch into Michael Betts is a strike. And that pitch outside, and it is a ball and a strike. And Michael Betts hits that curveball into center field, and it's going to drop. It does drop, and that's a base hit. And Aiden Evans, it looked like he was going to get to it. Aiden Evans held up at second base, and Michael Betts safe with a single.
Off the Cardinals, number 21, Juction Wilson.
All right, runners at first and second for Jackson Wilson. 1 away, first pitch to Wilson in for a strike. Aiden Zimmerman on deck for the Cardinals. 9-5, Cardinal lead. And that pitch stays up in the zone. Nice job. Jackson laid off of it. That was right there where you can see it real good. Makes it look like a good pitch. Hard to lay off of it. 1-1 the count. And that one falls in for a strike. That big looping curveball there by Sims falls in right there at the last minute. Here comes the pitch, and that's outside. Ball bounces away from the catcher. Runners are going to advance to second and third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count. Aiden Evans down at third. Michael Betts over at second base. And Jackson Wilson at the plate with a 2-2 count and 1 out, 9-5. Cardinal lead. And Wilson's going to hit that one into center field. And it's down. And going to drive home a run. Puts runners at the corners. And Jackson Wilson drives home another run for the Cardinals.
Batting for Camden Fairview is going to be Aiden Zimmerman.
Timeout called, and Juction City gonna go in and have a pitching change, maybe. Yep, they're gonna have a pitching change. We're gonna take the break with them. Cardinals lead it 10-5 here in the bottom of the
Batter number 5, Aiden Zimmerman.
All right. Adrian Perry, the new pitcher for the Dragons. Zimmerman, the left fielder, at the plate. Sun trying to set behind the trees, but while it's doing it, it is right in my eye and right in the camera. And that pitch high, and catcher jumps up, snags it out of the air. Michael Betts. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackson Wilson. Going to go down to second. Michael Betts at third. I believe that pitch high. Easton Klontz is running for the pitcher, running for Jackson Wilson. He's out at second base. Michael Betts over at third. One away. Aiden Zimmerman, the batter, 10-5 is the Cardinal lead. That one's going to be in the dirt past the catcher, and Betts going to come home to score, and Klontz going to go to third base. And that pitch again going to go. And Aiden Zimmerman. All right, 12-5, the lead now for the Cardinals. Back to the top of the order, Jack Jeffus, the batter. And down to second base goes Zimmerman on the stolen base. Bottom of the fifth, one away. Cardinals with a 12-5 lead. That pitch is going to hit Jeffus. Elijah Scantling, the batter now for the Cardinals. And time called there by the Junction City coach. They're going to have a meeting at the mound, and that's going to do it for Aiden Perry. Another pitching change here for the Dragons. The score 12-5. Camden Fairview with one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Batting for the Cardinal, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
All right, Graham Henry, the pitcher now for Junction City, Elijah Scantling at the plate. Cardinals with runners at first and second. Jack Jeffers at first base. Aiden Zimmerman down at second. 12-5 is the lead for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the fifth. One away. And Scantling's going to hit that one into right field for a base hit. And around comes Zimmerman. And the throw is going to allow Scantling to second and Jeffers to third base. RBI there for Elijah Scantling.
Batter number 2, Mariucci.
Mariucci, the batter now for the Cardinals. And that's the first pitch. And that is down in left field. And Jack Jeffers comes around to score. Scantling held up at third. Mariucci is safe at second base. With a double.
Batter number 19, first baseman, Peyton Schroeder.
Peyton Schroeder, the batter now, back up for the Cardinals. One away. Second at bat for Schroeder. And Schroeder hits that one into center field. And under for the catch. But Elijah Scantling going to tag up and come home. Another RBI there for Schroeder.
That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals have defeated the Dragons.
The ball game,
15-5.
Camden Fairview is going to run rule them 15-5 here
back in action right here at George
inning.
Branch Field tomorrow night. First
Cardinals
pitch.
back here tomorrow night, 5 p.m. against the Nashville Scrappers. Nashville pulled one out in the bottom of the 7th inning or Tuesday night to beat the Cardinals 3-2. Cardinals getting the win column this week though with a 15-5 win over Juction City. We're going to have a JV game. We'll leave the stream playing for you here. Cardinals win it 15-5. Did you make a deal on it?
I mean, that's great. Yeah. Is that it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we recognize the rest of our sponsors. Chambers Logging, Dean's Heating and Air, Everett Contracting, Everett Dental, Family Eye Care, Highland Industrial Park, Jim Golden Ford, Morrison's Pharmacy, Poison Springs Tree Service, The Sandbar, Shelter Insurance, Larisha Abbott, agent, Max in Cardinal Shopping Center, What's Cooking? Silver sponsors are Banks Pond, Camden Flower Shop, Camden Glass, Camden Monument Company, Cullendale, First Baptist Church, Dothan Tie and Lumber, Elite Fitness,